Welcome to this explainer. Today, we're diving into one of the absolute most fascinating biological mysteries of our time. We're talking about the absolute limits of the human body and a story that spans, well, generations. So, what if I told you that one human being lived for more than 122 years? I know it sounds totally like science fiction, right? But this is a very real story. It's a lifetime so incredibly long that it completely redefines our whole understanding of human aging. Okay, let's dive into this 122. That is a lifespan so massive, so extensive, that the person who lived it literally witnessed the invention of the airplane, the utter devastation of two world wars, and the rise of the internet. But how on earth was this even possible? I mean, are we talking genetics, lifestyle, or just incredibly good luck? Well, this is the fascinating story of the world's oldest verified human. Meet Jeanne Calment. She was born in France way back in the year 1875. Just try to imagine being born before cars even existed. Seriously, before television, before airplanes. When Jeannie was a kid, the world looked completely, radically different. Most folks were traveling by horse and carriage, and electricity, yeah, that was a super rare luxury. Yet somehow she would live long enough to see modern cities rise up and watch humanity fully enter the digital age. Her life literally spanned 3 different centuries. Think about that for a second. Born in the late 19th century, she lived through the entire 20th century and made it right up to the doorstep of the 21st. She didn't just, read about these monumental shifts in human civilization in a history book. She actually lived through them. And this brilliantly illustrates just how wild her timeline really is. Starting in 1875 with her birth, she was already a fully grown adult by the time the First World War broke out in 1914. Fast forward to 1969, humanity is landing on the moon and she's 94 years old, sitting there watching it happen. By the time the internet really starts rising in 1995, she's 120. A single person absorbed all of these completely different historical eras. So, looking at a life that incredibly long, we naturally have to ask, how? Let's shift our focus from the history side of things over to the biology and investigate the actual evidence of how she achieved this totally unprecedented milestone. Scientists have spent decades trying to decode the secret of her longevity. How did Jeanne live so incredibly long when so many others just don't? As you can see here, was it her diet? Was it some strict daily routine? Or was it just pure genetics? Now, you might expect that she lived like a monk, right? Obsessing over every single calorie. But interestingly enough, Jeanne wasn't clinically obsessed with her health at all. She actually thoroughly enjoyed chocolate, she lived a relatively stress-free life, and she frequently joked about her age. Researchers do believe that while good genetics played a foundational role for sure, her lifestyle, especially that lack of stress and her overall positive attitude, mattered immensely. Ultimately, Jeanne Calment was much, much more than just a medical anomaly, or some subject of biological research for scientists to study. She was, quite literally, a living time machine, a biological bridge connecting entirely different eras of human civilization in a way that no textbook ever could. As the quote goes, few people in history have seen so much change with their own eyes. Just reflect on that for a moment. Think about the awe-inspiring reality of a single pair of eyes witnessing the transition from horse-drawn carriages clattering around on dirt roads, all the way to giant rockets launching human beings into the cosmos. During her lifetime, she saw the construction of modern cities and watched technology just completely transform the planet. But zooming out from Jeanne's individual story for a moment, we have to ask what her incredible record actually means for the future of our entire species. Are we capable of breaking the biological limit of human aging? And this brings us right to the core of an ongoing scientific debate. On one hand, advances in medicine, nutrition, and technology are continually helping people all across the globe live longer than ever before. But, on the other hand, many researchers believe there might just be hard, natural biological constraints to human aging. And sitting right at the absolute center of that debate is Jeanne's unbroken 122-year record. Which leaves us with this final, really profound question. How long can a human truly live? The story of Jeanne Calment reminds us of just how extraordinary the human body can be, taking us from a world without airplanes straight into the modern digital age. If someone eventually breaks her 122-year record, well, they won't just make history. They will completely redefine what humanity believes is possible.